Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the show, Touchy Topics. I'm Frantz. Let's jump into it. Um, y'all see the title, and it's really deep to come up with this title and think about this whole concept because all you heard actually for what quite some time, I think since Michael Brown, Black Lives Matter. But we actually really know now that Black lives really don't matter to Black people, right? We don't, because Black people are imitating other Black people often these days. I don't even know if it's fair to say that we're Black people anymore. You know, Chris Rock talked about the N words versus Black people back in the '90s, I believe, early '90s, and I think this is what has manifest because you don't see Black love, you don't see Black unity. You don't see the happy-go-lucky Black family like you used to back in the '70s and the '60s and the '50s. Even though things were really harder back then, you saw families. You saw happy families. I mean, of course, there was a whole bunch that were not happy, but there was quite a few that was. You know, and we had the family unity. We had the family structure and everything. But you don't see that no more. What you see is the murder, disrespect, the rape, and disregard of Black people by Black people. It just seems like Black people today like to imitate each other and then get mad at some police officers that imitate some brothers. Right? And I smile, smirk. Do you see that smirk? Because it's just weird to really not see the other side of that and then act like you love another Black person. It's really weird to act like you don't see what you're doing to your own people, but then you see what the few others are doing to us, to your own people. But you don't see what you're doing. It's a weird concept. But I truly believe now that the Black community is the KKK. Yeah, the savage guys, what's going on in Chicago, what's going on in a whole bunch of cities, what's going on in the ghettos. You know, the ghetto has turned Black men and women into savage beasts, and you know we treat each other like savage beasts. Well, I mean, y'all treat each other like savage beasts. Y'all will go out into another community and embrace that community, treat it with respect and all kinds of things, but will destroy your own very, very fast. There's no love in the ghetto. There's no respect in the ghetto. There's no Black love. There's no Black history love. There's no Black ancestor love. They talk about that stuff. I ain't talking about ancestor worship and all that stuff because that's bull crap. But you can honor your history. You can honor your ancestors. There was a lot of creations, things created by our ancestors, Black folks, or if you call yourself American Israelite, you know what I'm saying? So, or Israelite American, whatever that, you know. And some of us really believe that, and I kind of believe it to a degree too, just my opinion. But it doesn't mean nothing if you ain't got holiness and righteousness in your heart anyway. But truth be told, that Black people are imitating other Black people at an incredible rate, and they make too many excuses for it and have no remorse for it. The ghetto is its own worst enemy. It's wild. The hate that Blacks display for each other in the West is incredible. Incredible. These folks love other races more than they love their own race. Most of them don't even know their history in detail. They can give you some general stuff, but let you cross the line, and then the ghetto will check you. But it won't check George Zimmerman. It won't check Brad or Chad, or it won't check Mr. Lee. Okay, it won't check Mrs. Lee. It won't check nobody but its own. That's it. When the black community will get better when they stop imitating each other. Y'all are lynching each other. Y'all see how many rappers died last year? I think back in the 90s, it was like one rapper a year. Now it's over hundreds of rappers are dying a year. We don't need no more rappers. And if we do got some rappers, rap some gifts. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. Stop rapping. It seems like rapping is a cursed thing now. It seems like rapping is just a cursed thing because a lot of y'all are dying in rapping. And understand that when you die and you're not living a righteous, holy life according to standards of Scripture, Holy Scripture, then you're going to hell. The hell hounds come and get you. When you're dying, they take you to hell, and then you suffer however long you're going to be in hell. And then after that, the judgment comes and you go to the lake of fire. But think about it like this. There's people that's been dead for 423 years. There's people that died in the year 1600, and they've been in hell for 423 years. That's a long time to be in hell. And unfortunately, with the vanity and pride and narcissism, the self-centeredness, and the extreme narcissism in the black community, I fear that many of us are not going to make it to heaven because pride goes before the fall. And all you got to do is really look up and see how prideful black people have become. And the level of extreme pride that many of us have is directly against the kingdom of heaven, against God, Yahweh, against Yeshua, Jesus, against everything that's above. And you see that behavior in the black church. It's all through the black church. Pride, vanity, arrogance, narcissism, disobedience, doing your own thing. It's my life. Queen, king, God, goddesses. The level of vanity and pride in the black community is so extreme that I fear that most black Americans are not going to make it to heaven. The Bible even says that the children of Israel, I believe, is going to be like the sands of the seas, right? Israel is going to be like the sands of the seas, but only a remnant will make it to paradise. And I truly believe, and I know y'all about to say, yeah, you crazy. Oh, that's cool, I can be crazy. But I believe there's only Jews, Gentiles, and the serpent seed on the earth right now. The people of color are Jews. People of Caucasian are Gentile. And either one can be the serpent seed, Lucifer's children. Either by actual DNA or imagery. Heart imagery. So, that's what I fear, because I'm looking at it's scary. It's really scary to see the pride and vanity of the black community and how extreme everything is. I mean, there is no compassion and love in the black community. There's arrogance and disregard, and I see that a lot. And when this thing falls, oh my God, we're in trouble. I'm doing a video on the fate of black America after the fall of America. And y'all got to check that out because it's going to be very deep. I'm going to give y'all some information because we don't make it good. We don't make it out good according to the prophecy. I know y'all think we are going to make it out good, but not according to the prophecy. I love y'all. I'm out. Stop imitating each other. Stop lying to each other. Stop acting like, you know, there's nothing wrong with us as a group, as a community. The first thing we need to do is start placing accountability on everybody in our community, and that includes the women. Okay, the guys are paying big time, going to jail, losing everything. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna let this go. We'll talk about another video. But a lot of these brothers are getting raped in jail. They're not gay, but they're getting raped. We'll talk about it. All right. Stop killing each other. Stop imitating each other. All right, because we're doing it to each other more than the police or anybody else is doing it to us today. We ain't talking history right now, but we're talking presently. Black people are imitating black people way too much. Way too much. Especially for y'all to be saying y'all have that Black Lives Matter and y'all love each other. Because y'all really do. But we need to start loving each other. Alright, I'm out. Peace.